Can you imagine? Can you imagine being excited to wake up? You get up, the excitement, and you head over to work. You get to work, and the work that you do causes you pain. It could be physical pain, could be emotional pain. But your work causes you pain. And then you take that pain, and as you're trying to process that pain on your way home from work, you inadvertently bring that same pain home when you walk into the door. And then because you're raw from the pain at work, now you have rubbed the people that you love at home raw. And now you leave home going in pain and go back to work, thinking about the pain that you left at home. And so when you get to work again, now you're in pain. And so there's a constant cycle of you're in pain when you go to work, you're in pain on the way home from work, you're in pain when you're at home, you're in pain when you coming on the way from home to work and work to home. You're always in a state of pain. And then all you can think about, all you can do is find a way to kill or to numb the pain. I've got to get rid of the pain. You turn to the bottle, you turn to pills, you turn to substances. This is not to demolish anybody in that capacity, because we all have stuff. We are all trying to find ways to deal with pain. But can you imagine what that's like? Having so little hope in your life, because all that you have is pain. And then when you came home, you opened up your phone and you saw pain. You turned on the news and you saw pain. You answered the phone and you heard pain. All you have is pain, pain, pain everywhere you go. And at the end of the day, all you want to do is silence the pain. So many people today feel just like that. They may be numbing pain with drugs and have become so dependent that now they're becoming considered an addict. They may be numbing the pain with alcohol, and now you're considered an alcoholic. You may be trying to find alternative ways to numb the pain. This is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, September. And there's people out there, if you can imagine, who feel like that. And so many people are looking for a way to numb their pain. And many of them, some of them, a few of them might choose a deadly way to alleviate their pain. That's the world we live in. I'll never forget the day. September 14th, 2023. I lost my brother, Ronald, AKA Rock. And Rock standing for always right on cue. I lost my biggest brother, my oldest brother. He died by suicide. And like many of you, and like many of your loved ones, He died fighting. I saw him fighting. So many of you are right now fighting. We can talk about it all day. We can think about it all day. I can speak on stages about it all day, and it doesn't bring him back. It's not going to change the decision he made. But can you imagine being in a position where you feel that is the only option that you might have? I miss my brother. But you know, when he passed, a friend of mine named Dr. Sally asked me a question, and I hadn't been asked that question before. And the question went something like, what did you admire about your brother? I was like, wow. I'd never thought about that. And I told her I admired that he was a fighter. He fought against so many things in his life and was able to overcome so much. And so who do you admire around you? Pick up the phone, text them, call them, send them a note. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Because maybe they're imagining something different than you are imagining. But there's hope. There's hope. Because while we can talk about these things and they help to a degree, being in community is what saves lives. Having folks around you, having a team around you that is aware of your issues if you know you got them, that is aware that you're bouncing ideas off of, that knows when there's a significant or sudden change in their loved one. Having people around you, it is in isolation that we will die. It is in isolation that people die by suicide. Being in community is life. There's so many things trying to take us and separate us from one another, trying to put us back into isolation, because community is life and death is more profitable, it seems. But you woke up today, which means you woke up with purpose, which means you woke up even in spite of all the trash that you laid down the night before that woke right up with you. There's hope for you. Many of us hope at the cross. Some may hope in their own higher power. We hope in healing. We hope in the community. We hope in our friends, but there is hope. As long as you have breath in your lungs, as long as your heart is still beating, there is hope. If you need help, there's no shame in asking for it or getting it. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female or however you may identify. We all might find ourselves in this moment. And so if you are one of those folks that says, I don't know how anybody could ever, that could never be me. I just ask you this simple question. Can you imagine? Can you imagine loving each other? Can you imagine a world where we serve one another? And can you imagine a world where we be kind to one another?